Welcome to The Base Life. My name is Sean. On this episode, we're going to be asking a very important question to married men. Men, what is your greatest regret about marriage? Advise the single boys. It could be about anything. Let's read some of the responses. I want the married men to tell me in the comments, what are some things that you regret about marriage? And let's share it. Let's try to help the world with what we discover. This one says, never get married to a baby mom. Okay, hold on. Are we going to go straight to those? I think that is the first one. Never get married to a baby mama, no matter how much you love her. I mean, I hear this one so much. But there's so many baby mamas out there. There's so many baby mamas. I mean, if you cut out all the baby mamas and you're just going to date, and you're in your 30s and 40s, and you're just going to date women in their 30s who don't have kids yet. I don't know. But I've asked a lot of guys that are getting divorced, that are married. What advice would you give with regards to, getting with a baby mama? They all say don't do it. They all do. It's such a rare quality. Now, there are some maybe 20, 30 years ago, maybe they were better men, maybe they were better women back then. But the men these days are telling me, do not do it. Do not do it. Again, I don't know if I feel that way. I think the world needs more, fathers for these kids, because these boys need to be raised by someone, but it isn't a very good deal for the man. That's what I keep finding. It's just not. If you don't have kids and you're dating a woman with kids, you're competing for very little time, and very few women understand that the dynamic is set up so that they should be nicer to you and more forgiving of you and be a better version of themselves for you, not a worse version. But their heads are switched, so they're actually more demanding, more judgmental, and just, you're just thinking, why would I date you? Why would I date you? I should have had you before you had the kid. That's what I'm seeing. This one says, don't marry her out of pity, and never forget rule number 5. Why would you ever date a girl out of pity, marry her out of pity? Why would that even cross any? What is rule number 5? Rule number 5 is, I don't know. Something about a hockey. I don't know. I Googled it. It's talking about hockey player romance. I don't know. We don't care about this. This one is stupid. Don't marry out of pity. Who the heck is marrying people out of pity? This guy says, I sit in my car for 10 minutes before I enter the house. I think he's just saying his marriage sucks. I don't know if that's a regret. This one says, marry a working woman, forget about the beauty. I don't know about that. I don't know. A lot of guys would say, get the beauty, forget about the working part. Men, what do we care about? Do we want her working? Do we want her being beautiful? So far, I don't think these are very good responses. I'm not very impressed with these guys' answers. Live with your partner for at least 3 years before considering marriage. During this time, start adulting, learn to live with each other, then get married. I've heard this before, that you want to test the goods a little bit. You want to see how they act. But I've also heard this is a horrible idea, especially for Christian marriages. That you just got to jump in. You got to jump in with 2 feet. You got to figure it out. There's no getting out of this. But I do think once you see how they live, you probably won't want to marry them anymore. So I don't know what we think about this. I don't know if we think this is good advice. It's not Christian to do this, unless you're sleeping in separate rooms, which is kind of stupid. But I don't know what I think of this. I think it's practical. I just don't think this is Christian. I don't think it's Christian. I think it's very practical and probably wise. This one says, get married early, face the troubles involved with your youthful strength, and enjoy your later age when your kids are grown. Trust me, by age 40, your worries are less. There's a lot of wisdom. This is probably the right idea for most people. Marry young before you even know what the heck you're doing. Have the kids, do all that. By the time you're 30s and 40s, you'll have processed out a lot of that, and you're going to be better off. This is probably really good advice. Most people, look, the average person is not really attractive. The average person can't just go out and get another great mate. So cash in your chips when you're younger, when you don't know anything. But yeah, my thing was, I was never that guy. I like to be out at nightclubs. I like to be out at the meat markets looking for the best looking ladies. That was my game. I had no interest in being married in my 20s or in my 30s even. In my 40s, I kind of do, but it just, I'm still thinking, what the heck? Why would I get married? My dad warned me never marry the woman you love, but marry the one who loves you. Even if you don't love her, you will learn to. Now I'm here after disobeying him, full of regrets. This is genius. This is true. This is wise. This may be the best advice I've seen, and I agree with this. Our nature is to go for the woman that is out of our league. Our nature is to want to date the woman where we can bust out our phone and show our boys and be like, yo, look at what I'm dating, you know. Let me tell you, though, that is a worse life. That is an ego life. That is a life that doesn't matter, because let me tell you, when she is annoying when she is bugging you, you're not going to be so proud of how she looks anymore. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I would just love to have someone who respects me, who treats me good, who's a good partner. This is genius. If a woman is really into you, go with that. Run with that. Try to find her hot the best you can. You will have a better life. She'll be a better partner to you. You'll be happier. And you may be able to coach her into being a better version of herself. And that is so valuable. A woman that is kind of out of your league that you barely got, you're not going to be able to coach her. You're not, unless, it's just not going to work. Very wise advice. This guy says, pay attention to how your mother-in-law treats her husband. It could be a preview of how your wife might treat you. They say this with looks as well. I think there's some wisdom to this. Look at her mom, guys. Mom is, I'm not going to say if the mom is looking a certain way, you got to assume that's what she's going to be looking like. Are you prepared to deal with that? A lot of wisdom in this one as well. Let's go and see what else we have here. Never marry a woman who doesn't speak good about her dad. Chances are high that you won't be able to please her as a man. I think there's a lot of wisdom to that. If she has daddy issues, it's going to be a problem. If she has any of these, if she does not respect masculine energy, she's going to be a problem. That's what I'm seeing. Unless she's very self-aware and she's working on that. Most women aren't working on that. Great advice, Dean. All of the responses, by the way, are black people. Not that this matters, because I think this is universally probably good advice, but for future videos, I'll try to find one that's not completely a bunch of black people giving advice on marriage. I think blacks actually might get married at the lowest rates. I don't know. This might be better wisdom or worse. I'm not sure. I actually don't know. Never marry the woman who doesn't want you to look good. I think there's wisdom to that. A lot of women are insecure. They don't want you going to the gym. They're going to be, why are you going to the gym? Trying to look hot all the time? What the heck? Well, I can't go to the gym. What are you? That woman is going to be a pain in the ass. Very wise advice here. Very wise. I married a liability, not a partner, someone who never showed any appreciation for my effort. Now we are divorced because things got worse in my finances. I think he's right about that. Most women are liabilities. I think probably all women you're dating are going to be liabilities. And they don't really care about your effort. They want to see the return, which is fine. But yeah, if you're going to marry someone, look, I don't think we should care so much about effort. I do think it's wise to care about, what actually comes from that effort. But it more so speaks to the type of woman. And you want to be dating a woman who's going to be a good partner, a good teammate. If this was a corporation, a good employee, someone who's taking initiative, who's trying to make it a good marriage and a good life for both of you, not just a king who has demands or a queen. Her beauty and her shape will not raise your children. Her kind and nurturing heart will. Above all, marry a kind and respectful woman. Brilliant, and I agree with this. Where do you find these, okay, Chinwezi? Where do you find a kind and respectful woman who also has model aesthetics and, is into someone like me? I don't know where you find them. The world kind of gets that kind and respect part. Once the world gets a hold of them, I'd say look at church and get them while they're young, because once they get older, everything starts to change. This guy says, marry a woman who wants marriage, not a wedding. Ooh, Anthony, that's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. A lot of women just want the wedding. You ask them tell me what you want to do about marriage. They'll talk about the wedding, the picking the DJ, the venue, the dress, the bridal shower, the boom, boom, boom. No. Why do you want to get married, though? Now, we understand that you want the wedding. So this man is very wise. Oh, it is now a turnoff to me if a woman starts talking about so much about all the things she wants when it comes to the wedding. I got money. I can do it, but it's a turnoff to me. It is a turnoff because I'm like, oh, I see. You just want the fairy tale and you want all that. When we're at that stage, babe, we can start talking about that. In the early on, in the dating period, none of that crap matters. And all a guy is thinking when you're saying all that is cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. Even if he has cha-ching, maybe that's not what he wants to spend it on. Is your fairy tale life wedding. So very good advice here. Marry your friend, the one you can gossip with and laugh very loud about things, not afraid of farting in each other's presence. That's disgusting. I would never allow a woman to fart in my presence. I would tell my girlfriends, if you've got to go do that, you walk off on the balcony, you run away somewhere, and you do what you got to do. Don't ever do that in my presence. Don't ever let me smell it. And if you go to the bathroom and you got something really bad, I told my girlfriend this. I'm not kidding. And you're in there for 30 minutes, and you come out, and we bump into each other in the hallway, and I say, hey, what took you 30 minutes? You tell me that you stubbed your toe in the bathtub and you hurt yourself. You don't tell me I ate too much Taco Bell, that my bowels are all messed up. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me you slipped and you hurt your toe. Oh, you hurt your toe? Okay, all right, cool. Not, I went to the bathroom and I shit myself all over the place. Ain't no guy want to hear that. Don't marry without good income. You will frustrate and stress out and you won't even enjoy the marriage. I don't know. I mean, the type of woman that I'm interested in is one that is like, I like you. I can do things with you. If we stick together, we're going to do great things. Let's do this. That's what I'm looking for in a woman. And I think a lot of men would be wise to look for the same thing. A woman that wants to build with you. If you have some resources, you want to get to more, she wants to help you build to that. A woman who's just going to come with a bunch of demands and wanting you to already have won the game and all of that, probably not the best marriage material. You will regret it. This one says, don't marry out of pity and watch the family you marry from. There's a lot of, I don't know if they're Africans, there's a lot of them saying, don't marry out of pity. I don't know what this means. Is this like you had sex with them and they're crying and you feel sorry for them and you just marry them because you're like, okay, fine, let's get married? I mean, I don't know. That would never even, I can't imagine marrying out of pity, but I guess it does happen. You just want to sleep with me. You don't want to marry me. Fine, let's get married. I don't know why a guy would ever say that. This says, please do not believe you can change a woman after you have married her. Anything you see when dating is what you will live with for the rest of your life. Amen to that. Agree with that. I think a woman can grow and evolve over the course of a marriage, obviously. I don't know about change. I think spiritually, I think Jesus can change them. But yeah, you kind of got to understand that what you're getting when you're dating is probably what you're going to get when you get married, but worse. And you need to be okay with that. And if you're not okay with that, yeah, you're going to be regretting a lot of things. This one says, don't married daughter, her parents live separately, dangerous zone. These guys. Thank you, Ibrahim Raji. Don't married daughter, her parents live separately, dangerous zone. I don't know what that means. I guess that's wise. If you don't know your personal values, don't get married. Figure yourself out. Then find a woman who aligns with yours. Very well said, Trevor Brown. I agree with that. You need to have your values and your morality and what you want figured out before you try to go out and marry someone, because you probably don't know. You're probably just looking for a pretty girl that wants to hook up with you and is into you. And you're ignoring the values, you're ignoring what she thinks about Jesus, you're ignoring her family issues and her past and her trauma and body count, all this. You got to get that figured out, guys. Do the work on yourself before you think about going out and trying to find a wife. This one says the red flags you ignore in the beginning will be the reasons you leave in the end. Your partner should. And that's the end of that one. And I think we learned a lot in this. I want you guys to put in the comments, what do you think? As married men, what is your greatest regret? I think we saw a lot of, you're not going to be able to change the woman. We didn't see a lot in here about cheating on her. I think there was another thread I had open. Let's see if this one has any. If you lead your wife properly, she will submit naturally. Never, ever speak bad about your spouse to your family or friends. I agree with that. She may stay after you've cheated, but she will never be the same ever again, so don't do it. That's true. I mean, if you're going to cheat on your wife, you need to make sure she never, ever, ever finds out about it, because if she does, your life will suck. Your life will suck. And she's either going to want to get one back on you, or she's going to punish you with that for the rest of your life. If you're going to cheat, which I would say don't ever do it, don't ever, ever let her find out about it. Don't ever be slacking in that category. So this is wise advice. Not all women age gracefully with their good looks and physique. Marry her for more reasons beyond her body and beauty. Seek her forever. This is brilliant. Brilliant and true. This is why, though, I date Asians. I like Asians. They depreciate slower. They maintain their value longer. I do care about the beauty. I mean, this is a big part of why I want a woman in my life. But he's absolutely right. Those things are going to fade. I am marrying her this year, but I regret taking advice from unmarried friends who had failed in their own relationships. I almost lost her. I won't make that mistake when I'm fully married. Let's see what you say after you're fully married. Good luck, though. This guy says, I regret not putting her first. Assurance in marriage is pivotal. She will stand with you through everything when she knows that she matters most. I don't think you should put the woman first. I think you got to put God first. I think putting a woman first can be very dangerous, because she may not know where she's going, and that you're just going to be lost. You got to put God first and her second and yourself third. And that should work out. And if she has a problem with that, don't marry her. My biggest regret in my marriage was to cheat. And I'm telling you, my wife was never the same. So my advice, never cheat, never, ever. Agreed. Don't do it. If you really want to have sex with other women, why are you getting married? You gotta sort that part out of your personality. You gotta sort out, why are you wanting to get laid? Why is coming so important to you? Ask yourself, if I'm the man that I want my daughter to marry. That's not really a regret, but fair enough. Listen when she speaks from the heart. Once she feels unheard, she'll be closed off for a long time, if not forever. Who knows when a woman speaks from the heart? Who even knows this? Marriage needs maturity. When you're wrong, you're wrong. Learn to say sorry. I mean, this is just wise. I mean, you need to completely kill your ego in some of these marriages. Women will want you when you are married. Don't entertain them. Very, very true. Don't cheat on your wives. You create your wife with what you do. If you strike her, you have lost, because a real man can be hurt even if he whispers. Agreed. Don't hit your ladies. There's no need to hit women. You don't need to hit them, even though sometimes they deserve it, and you want to. They say really mean things, and you want to punish them. Don't hit them. You've lost. You completely lose everything at that point. If she can't have children, don't walk out on her. It is not her fault. Be there for her. Love her unconditionally. Brother. Okay, I wasn't thinking about leaving her in that case, but I appreciate that. This guy says that I didn't marry her earlier. Marry your best friend. Be open with her. She'll make mistakes. She'll make mistakes. Forgive her and yourself. Yeah, that's wise. Good point. I don't know about marrying her earlier is your biggest regret. Despite a busy schedule, always create time for your family. Know your kids. Participate actively in raising them. Marry your friend, because love ends, but true friendship never ends. Interesting. Love ends, but true friendship never ends. Interesting. Focus on your household. Don't go around having extramarital affairs. Those will drain your life and soul and strength. Very true. Very true. Let's do one more. Oh, that's all of them. So I think we covered some ground here. I think we learned some things. Men, don't cheat. Vet her properly. Go for the woman that wants you, not the woman that you want. Really get to know her. You want to understand what her triggers are. You want to understand her value system. But men, I would tell you, first and foremost, get your value system under control. Get to a point where you are based and you are set up, so that when you meet a woman, she can join your team, not you're joining her team. You need to right the ship. If you're going to meet a woman and think that you're going to meet this woman, she's going to join your life, and it's going to be better off, but you don't know where the hell you're going, you're looking for a daddy there in that case. You need to be in control, which means you need to have your values figured out. You need to be living that base life. You need to be thinking that base life. You need to be glorifying God. You need to be praying on it. and looking for a good woman. So friends, thank you. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this. Please leave your regrets in the comments below. I'll see you on the other side.